remember hearing a term for that once. I don't know if it's a popular term. Because I know a lot. I would say probably more than half of the gay guys that I know have had sometimes various girlfriends or sexual experiences with girls before they like came out or like accepted their sexuality or whatever. I've never even touched a tit. I've touched a tit for fun, like as a joke. I think I've touched Snelm's tit. Yeah, I think the last time I saw her, I poked her tit. And she was like, "Did you just touch my tit?" I'm like, "Yes, babe." She was like, "Okay." But yeah. My first girlfriend, funny enough, is a lesbian, so that's funny. She's now a lesbian. Which is not surprising, because I remember kissing her and not feeling anything, and I remember when we would kiss, and I would also see her reaction, and she didn't have a reaction either, so like... Hey, me too. Wait, Honey Syrup, were you my first girlfriend? Is that you, babe? Oh my god. Well, her name was also Honey Syrup. Wait a minute. Girlfriend? Wait, what the fuck? What is happening? What the fuck was that? I'll take Worms first. I would take Worms first, dude.
Here we go.
Goodbye, BM coin. Have fun, babe. That game looks amazing, by the way. Forza Horizon. I saw somebody playing it. Die, Forza. Electromagnetic bussification system. Repeat after me, chat. Samana ho. Dude, I'm actually super down for Worms first. This is very comfy, just getting right in here. ASAP. Unfortunately, doing Worms first, like LBLJing into Worms, is actually very difficult to do and inconsistent. If I could do it consistently, then I might actually do that. That was perfect, Genesis. Very good job, Eb. Very good. You love how I never lose runs to Countless, unlike everyone else. I definitely do. I have days where I'm fucking up Countless a lot. But the reason why I do this strat is because it's a 100% consistent setup. So if I'm doing the setup correctly, then it will work every time. Which is why I do it. I like the consistency of it. Have I ever met a trans girl? A lot. Yes, I met a lot of transgender people in general. I have quite a few transgender friends. In the volleyball community in Madrid, there were a lot of transgender women that I met. Zala with the raid. Thanks for the raid, babe. 3 billion people. How's your stream, bub? There's a big transgender community in the volleyball scene in Madrid, and yeah, we used to play together. We would sometimes play with them and some of my friends, and we would go play street tournaments. There was one of the trans girls that I think she kind of hated me, and I don't know why. She was just maybe she was just kind of cunty. She was just not Very nice. I don't know why she was not nice, but the rest of them were awesome. She just look at me. She used to give me these looks and like never used to say hi to me. I don't know what happened there. Funny enough, however, I've never met a trans man ever. Sometimes I think about that. I've never met a trans man. I've met probably 50 trans women in my life, but never a trans man, funny enough. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Me vengo en la raid. Very good. Did I get rated by Best too? Oh, Best, thanks for the raid, bub. Love you sexually. In the speedrunning community, I've met a plethora of trans women. In the volleyball community, never in my life met a trans man, which is surprising. Actually, Chesbey has a cousin that lives in Spain. That is a trans woman. We're supposed to be meeting her in summertime, I think.
Here we go!
Okay. I actually made friends. There was this one trans woman in particular. She's, how do I describe her? She's a friend of my uncle. My uncle he's a makeup artist. He works in the beauty pageants. He works in the Miss Universe pageant for Spain. He's like one of the head makeup artists for Miss Spain, Miss Universe, right, in Spain. So there was There was this lady, she's a trans woman from Nicaragua. And she was in Spain for a long time. I think she did a lot of modeling and a lot of like beauty pageant stuff. She ended up becoming quite a close friend of mine. She was very special to me. I don't know, I had this like, you know, you just meet somebody, you just become close friends immediately. We had this bond. We talked about all sorts of things together, like a million things. She gave me her whole life story on what it was like becoming trans from a country like Nicaragua, which is very homophobic. And like the struggles and like, I mean, the thing about her is that like, which makes sense. To be a person like her, where she became openly transgender in a place like that, you have to have thick fucking skin. You have to have very thick skin to be able to do what she did. So like, she told me all her stories and what she went through to be who she is and to be free and to be able to basically just tell everyone to fuck off if she had to and live her own life and do her own thing. You know, she went from struggling like that to being an open and proud trans woman living in Europe and doing whatever she wants, you know, like, and making a good life for herself. So naturally, she's very tough, thick-skinned, or has tough skin rather. But just listen to her stories was quite incredible. And she would, oh my god, the amount of stories she gave me. And she would like she would want to help me with my journey of being a gay cunt and all that stuff. She did like going clubbing a lot, which I was not a fan of, but I had to tell her no sometimes. We'd be out all day and be like, alright, do you want to go to the club all night till 7 a.m. now? I'm like, thanks babe, but I'm good on that one. But thank you, Bob. Did I do framework first try? I remember. Do you go to club? No, I don't like clubbing. I actively hate clubbing, honestly. It's just not my jam. I like music, I like dancing for fun. But I hate clubs. Oh, I hate clubs, dude. I don't like enclosed dark spaces. First of all, I just don't see the fun in that. I also don't see the fun in overly loud music in my ears, but like constantly without stopping, where I can't even like hear myself talking. I just don't. I don't get it. To me, that's just like not fun. Unless I'm going to a concert to watch a band play music for the purpose of watching a band play music, then loud music to me is just ridiculous. I just don't get the point of it. I just don't find it enjoyable. At least for a long period of time, you know, if we're somewhere at a party or something and it's like, let's put on a song and we play like 5 to 10 minutes of loud music that I like, and it's like, okay, great, and then after like 5-10 minutes we're done, we can be quiet now and then talk. Cool. But in a club where it's like 5 hours, where the entire point is there's non-stop terribly loud music constantly, and you're just literally spitting germs into people's ears to talk to them, no, it's not my vibe at all. I hate it with a passion. Because I consider myself a very social person. I need people to like survive. I get my energy from talking to people and being with my friends and talking and conversing. I love socializing. But I hate that. So like, that's why I call myself an extroverted introvert. Because I like people and socializing. But I hate extroverted activities. So loud places, big crowds, clubs, even concerts. I don't like concerts. I really don't. It has to be a band that I really fucking like for me to go to a concert. I can't handle big loud spaces. No. If they have seats, then sure. Otherwise, nah. No, but I'm the same too, Samu. I'm the same. Like, I like socializing. When I say I like socializing, I like talking and being with my friends and people that I like, of course. And like, when I go to like speedrunning events and stuff, I love that. Seeing like people that you meet online and like conversing and talking, like I get a lot of energy out of that. Loud places, however, and events and stuff, like concerts, clubs, nah, fuck that shit. I hate that. No, I didn't miss a star. I did Worms first. So the route is a little bit different. Oh, it's split. Not a split. The route is a little bit different. We set up to do Dark World. Right? Pretty sure, unless I did miss a star. I think we're fine. Do different. Yeah, totally. But I also like the odd random, like, interaction with a random stranger on the road. Like, you go to a restaurant or whatever and like people ask you a question, or like you end up having a conversation with random people you don't know. Like, I think that's fun. I have no problem with that. I know a lot of people, and obviously people in this space, like in gaming and speedrunning and streaming, obviously there's gonna be a lot more people in this space that are more antisocial or don't like that, which makes sense because we're gamers, and gamers obviously tend to be more antisocial or just not enjoy that as much. That's just natural. So naturally, a lot of my friends and a lot of speedrunners I know are very standoffish when it comes to that. They don't like that kind of stuff, but I do. I like it. I like the random odd interaction because it's like, I don't know, to me it's like interesting, like what is gonna happen, what are they gonna say. But yeah, it's natural that in this community that would be common. And with that said, naturally, like there's also a lot of people that are on the spectrum in this kind of community. So I have a lot of autistic, ADHD friends, including myself with my ADHD. So it's pretty normal. So I'm very used to also being around people that are autistic and kind of knowing kind of how to deal with them and their sensitivities and shit with socializing and that kind of stuff. It's kind of ballsy doing Tsukushima cycle with 18 stars. I honestly kind of didn't realize. I just kind of let muscle memory take over. When you have a baby, so many randoms talk to you. It's actually so annoying. I can imagine one up coin. Absolutely. Because I've been with a lot of people that would see a cute baby and just be like, oh, and the parent is just like, fuck off. What am I doing? I guess I just do this. Huh? No socks? Wait, what do you mean no socks? That's funny. I'm sure it's the same with like dogs too. People who have dogs. Chesbay's cousin loves dogs. So like a lot of times when she sees a dog on the street, which is common because people in Madrid love, dude, everybody has a dog here. It's crazy. She does that often where she stops pretty often to like say hi to a dog. Hi, doggy. And she would ask, is it okay if I pet your dog? And they are always like, yeah, sure. I'm sure some of them get annoyed. Leave my dog alone, cunts. Oh, really, one up coin? Can I be honest? I see way too many parents here that maybe I know nothing about babies and they get very cold. I don't know. But it would be like 25 degrees Celsius it could be like April, but it's a hot day in April. And people have their babies wrapped in fucking jackets, man. And the baby would be crying in the crib. And I'm just, not in the crib, in the fucking trolley thing. What do you call it? And I'm just like, I'm sure that baby's fucking like sweating his balls out. Like he must be feeling so hot. And it's kind of it's actually a meme. There's a lot of reels on Instagram and shit you would find about this. Like it's a meme about Spanish people being really bad with cold. So it could be like April or March, but because it's April and March, even if it's like a hot day and it's like 25 degrees fucking Celsius out, they would still go outside with their scarves and their jackets because, oh, it's April. So you never know. But I'm like, bro, it's hot. And they'll have their babies wrapped in jackets. And it's like, bro, the baby's stifling. And they're just bawling. And I'm like, surely the baby's hot, right? But they're just like, they just don't care. They act the same way. Yeah, I just don't, yeah, that confuses me. Because as far as I remember, and as far as my mom always tells me that I used to cry for two reasons when I was a baby. When it was too hot and when I was hungry. I remember as a kid always being hot and just being like worrying about being hot all the time. So I would imagine the babies are just fucking stifling in there, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe they get colder. Nothing changed, it's true. I cry when I'm hungry. Dude, Madrid is hotter than Trinidad, Maz, actually. Madrid is hot, is a dry heat. It's kind of like Arizona. It's like that kind of heat where you step outside and you feel like it's like opening an oven in your face. It's like that really hot, like oven heat. That's what it feels like in Madrid because it's dry. It's very, very hot. It gets up to like 100, 110 in August. Fahrenheit. Trinidad is a humid heat, which honestly is like worse. I think because very humid plus hot is like even worse in my opinion. But Trinidad gets very hot, like 90s and stuff, but it doesn't get to like 40 Celsius. It would get up to like 36, 37, but like 40, no. But it's humid, so it feels worse because it's sticky and hot. I prefer dry heat because at least you don't sweat and feel like you can't breathe, you know? It's hot as fuck, but I don't know, it's better. But that's one of my pet peeves, is going outside and just seeing like parents with their babies in the strollers with their fucking jackets on and it's like 30 degrees out. I'm like, brother man, why the baby's fucking stifling? Even my grandmother commented on it when she went walking the other day, and she would be like, why does everybody have jackets on? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's a Spanish thing. They're very scared of the cold for some reason. And then in summertime, everybody's out. Oh yes, sun. I'm kind of the opposite. I hate the heat. I like the sun a lot, but I can't stand, like, when it's hot, fuck that. I'm inside. What do you mean I missed? True, Genesis. Having a baby in America is fucking expensive. It's true, bub. Not only America, however. I think that's pretty worldwide. Having a baby is just expensive, period. The economy is fucked worldwide. Good RY jelly. Oh, very good, Sarge. Okay, babe. Yeah, this is probably my last attempt. So you better get your asses prepared. Okay, 2246 BOB. As I'm comparing against latest. 2246 BOB with Womps first instead of Darkworld first. I don't think I've actually ever gotten a run past BOB with Womps first. And I fucked up LBLJ quite bad too. So that's interesting. I mean, I know Womps first is fast, but Darkworld first is even faster. Porra. Porras or porro? Because porro means marijuana here in Spain, but porra is a type of food. It's actually very funny. I have a funny story about that. About 2 years ago, my mom has a boyfriend who's Spanish. He's from Spain, from Madrid. So she learned a lot of the way you speak in Spanish from him. And it was one morning they went to, you know, it's very common to go eat churros for breakfast in Spain. We have a lot of churros with chocolate. And there's a type of churro in Spain that's called a porra, which is like a really big, fat, thick churro. And my mom went to this place for breakfast with her boyfriend one day. And they went in and she wanted to get a porra, but she called it a porro. She didn't realize it was called porra with an A. So she was like, "Dame un porro, por favor," which is basically like asking, "Can I have some weed, please? Give me some marijuana for breakfast, thank you. I'll have one marijuana to go." So naturally, of course, her boyfriend and the waiter were just, you know, fucking laughing their asses off, and she was like, "What?" Classic. Churros are Mexican. I don't actually know the origin of churros, to be honest, but churros are very common here in Spain. They're very big culture. There's actually like a world famous churros place called San Ginés in Madrid that like a bunch of celebrities have been into. Do you guys know the content creator? Fuck. He's an American guy that does content about food. He just makes a video where you see somebody preparing something and then it cuts to him and he just makes it at home and then tries it, and then if it's good he would throw his glasses on the wall. What's his name? Jordan something? He's very funny. He went to that place like a few months ago. He was in Madrid and he went to San Ginés and he tried it and he was like amazed by it. Jordan Stallion or some shit like that. Yeah, he's amazing. Whoa, buddy. Jordan the Stallion here. Churros originated in Spain. Did they actually? Cool. I have heard of the show Elite, and I know it's very gay and full of young gay men having sex with each other. Don't worry. Elite is basically a slightly more like a slightly more centered version of Heated Rivalry, basically. There's a lot of bisexual and gay relationships in that show, but it's not as quite out there as Heated Rivalry. There it goes. Ah. I got nervous. I wish I didn't look at the splits because I didn't realize that I was on like super big gold pace. But I look at my time entering the pyramid and I realized, fuck, this is like, I can go this by like 2 fucking seconds. This SSL was actually insane. And unfortunately, I looked at the split time and I started getting very nervous and then I fucked up. Oh, I should have just kept talking to chat and playing and not look at the time. I made myself nervous. If I had my heart rate monitor, you would see my heart rate is like 110 right now. This is basically the reason why I don't have better sum of best. There's so many times where I've lost goals because I get nervous at the end. I should not have looked. I just looked kind of like off a habit. This is why I say like being partly distracted when doing runs, like while I'm talking to chat. A lot of times I play better because I'm not like making myself nervous by focusing too hard. I'm sorry, Zenler, I'll try, babe. Do we have a Gamba? I don't think so. Oh! Did you see the Michael movie? No. I haven't seen the I haven't even seen the Mario movie, man. Is it not fucked up? That angle's bad. Yep. I hear a good coin. Where's the coin? Oh my god. Bruh. You think you memorized how to play this game? I think so, babe. I think so. No, I don't have enough speed. Oh no, dude. That's so rare. That's so unfortunate. That's so rare. Like, it's very rare that you barely get enough speed. Don't get enough speed to get through there. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy that happened. Like, you clip, but you don't get enough speed. Insane. Man, I wish I was good at this, bro. Just the thought of saving like 8 seconds off of one trick is so cool. But it's fucking so hard to do. I mean, I guess we'll just continue. One day, we'll start getting it more and more. That is very rare though, like getting the clip but not getting enough speed. Genesis. Dude, blindfolded is so hard. It's insane. Does that have a question? Yes, babe. What's your question? I have an answer and thing. Why is my mom my dad but also my uncle? Because Michael Jackson rejuvenates capillaries 4 times in a row plus tax. That's why. I knew it. Yes, man. What? Don't worry about it. Can't. Just accept it and move on. Masters with the Trini accent by? Because Michael Jackson rejuvenates the capillaries 4 times in a row plus tax and ting by. Your mother never tell you that, all. All you never hear your mother say one day, hey boy, did you know that Michael Jackson? Is that Trini or Jamaican? Guys, why do you do this? Are you doing you guys do this on purpose, surely. Just to piss me off. You guys know that triggers me, so you do it on purpose. It is not Jamaican. Jamaican is very different. It actually is very different. The whole inflection is completely different in Jamaican. Very different. Well, you know. I genuinely didn't know that. I mean, yeah, it's natural you won't know the difference because, like, you're not exposed to it. So, I mean, that's obvious. I guess it would be like if I'm never exposed to Canadian and American accents, you know, it'd be like me saying, wait, Canadian is not the same as American? I can't tell the difference. And then a Canadian would hear that and get triggered and be like, what do you mean? Is that Indian? Yes, babe. And the Kiwis and Aussies, yes. That's a good one. The Kiwi accent is kind of insane. It's so, to me, it just sounds like a very forced and even more like... Kiwi kind of sometimes sounds to me like a person who's not Australian is trying to do a very strong Australian accent. And fucking it up. That's what Kiwi sounds like to me. New Zealand. I'm from New Zealand. They don't pronounce vowels. What the cunt was that? Why didn't he jump dive? What the fuck? This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Wait, I'm only +9? I just realized. Not even that bad. Actually crazy, I'm only +9. Wow. I feel like I've made so many mistakes this run. Most boring accent. I don't think I know enough accents. Most boring accent I could think of that I know of or I've heard before. Good question. Bro, the thing is, I love accents a lot. So, like, to me, there's, like, no boring accent, really. They're all unique. Spain and Spanish is actually... It's very different. It's if you know Spanish... So, as an English speaker, when you hear a British accent, especially like a Cockney accent or something, you can immediately tell the difference between like a classic American accent, whatever that means, and like a strong British accent. Like, you know right off the bat, right? Like, wow. For Spanish people, that's what it's like with Spain Spanish and Latin American Spanish. Well, the thing about Latin America consists of a shit ton of countries, and every country has sometimes a very different accent than the other. So like When it comes to Latin America, there's like a plethora of accents, and they're all very, they're all different in many ways. But Spain Spanish is like very clearly different to, like, even in Latin American countries, in some countries they have a general, you know, style to them that you can like they're similar-ish, right? And then you go to Spain and it's like clearly different. Spain is very different. Spain in itself has a shit ton of different accents, kind of like how America, you have the New York accent and whatever, and then you have like the Southern accent, and then you have a fucking North Dakota accent, and they're all very different. In Spain, even though Spain is a very small country compared to America, it also has an insane amount of different accents, and even languages. So they're very different, but the classic Spanish accent, like Madrid, is very clearly different to like Latin American accent. Like, it's hugely different. It's kind of like similar to British in that British would tend to sound more harsh. It's kind of the same. In Spain, Spanish is very harsh sounding. Lots of very French sounding. Lots of gargle in the throat and very harsh pronunciations of words and vowel sounds. Latin American Spanish is very smooth compared. Kind of like Portuguese. Brazilian Portuguese is very smooth and sing-songy compared to Portugal Portuguese, which is much more firm. I'm gay and stupid. Another rare mistake. I don't usually die there. Okay. Very good speed running. I'm Portuguese and Mexican, so I am a pork and cheese burrito. What? Very good. That's okay. Good speed run. Almost got a gold SSL, and then I got nervous because I looked at my splits and then fucked up. But that would have been... That was like 607 pace SSL. That was actually crazy. I didn't realize it was that good.